everyone, it's me, Natalia. If you've ever had your own name, your personal brand, your reputation, your hard-earned identity, stolen by people you trusted, used to build their empire while they pushed you out, told you it's just business, and then watched them go viral on your back, then this story is going to make your stomach turn and then make you cheer so loud your neighbors will hear. This is my revenge recall. How my former business partners took my name, my story, my face, and built a massive beauty brand around Natalia's Glow without me, forged documents, used my photos, my testimonials, my recipes, and made millions while I was left broke and silent. How I waited quietly for 4 years, let their brand explode to 12 million followers, then dropped the bomb live on their biggest product launch stream, with every forged contract, every fake email, every lie exposed in real time. I was 29 when they stole my name. Let's go back to the day they thought they could erase me and keep the glow. I started Natalia's Glow in my kitchen at 24, natural face masks, serums, scrubs made from my grandmother's recipes. No investors, no loans, just me, Instagram, and honest before and after photos. People loved it. Orders exploded. I hired my college friend Katia and her boyfriend Max to help with marketing and operations. We're a team, they said. Your face, our hustle. By 27, we were doing $4 million a year, subscription boxes, pop-ups, influencer collabs. I owned 60%, they had 20% each. We were about to sign a big retail deal. Then the restructure meeting happened. Katia and Max sat me down. Natalia, we think the brand should move in a new direction. More modern, less personal. We want to buy you out for $200,000. I laughed. This is my name, my face, my recipes.
No.
They smiled. We already filed paperwork. Your signature is on the transfer. It's done. I checked. They had forged my signature on a power of attorney document, dated months earlier when I was too busy to read emails. They transferred my shares to themselves, rebranded slightly, Glow by N, kept my photos, my story, my voiceovers, but removed me. They told the team I left for personal reasons. They told investors I sold my stake happily. They told the world Natalia's Glow was now theirs. I was erased overnight. Bank accounts frozen. Trademark in their name. My face still on every ad. My recipes in every box. I had no money left. They drained the company account for expansion. The family backed them. It's business, Natalia. You're too emotional. My own mother said, maybe they'll make it bigger. You can start something new. I broke. I packed one bag for me, one for my daughter Mila, who is 4. Moved to a different city. Changed our names. Disappeared. The first 3 years after they stole my name were the darkest, most isolating time of my life. Mila was only 5 when we left, a tiny girl with my eyes and her father's curiosity, who kept asking why Aunt Katia and Uncle Max took Mommy's face and why we couldn't post photos anymore. I moved us to a small, forgotten town 4 hours away, far enough to disappear, close enough that the scent of pine and earth still reminded me of the kitchen where it all began. I rented the cheapest one-bedroom apartment I could find, a drafty place above a laundromat, with peeling wallpaper, a single window that looked out on a parking lot, and a mattress on the floor because I couldn't afford a bed frame. I worked 3 jobs at first. Mornings, cashier at a small grocery store, scanning cans and smiling at customers who never knew my name. Afternoons, cleaning houses, scrubbing floors on my knees while Mila stayed with a kind retired neighbor who charged almost nothing and let her color. Evenings, waitressing at a diner, carrying trays of coffee and pie until my arms shook. I came home at midnight, smelling like grease and bleach, collapsed on the floor beside Mila's bed, so she wouldn't wake up alone. We ate instant noodles, canned soup, whatever was on sale. I skipped meals so she could have seconds. I cried in the shower so she wouldn't hear. Depression wrapped around me like chains, thick, heavy, unbreakable. Some days I couldn't get out of bed. I stared at the ceiling, wondering if this was all my life would ever be. But Mila kept me breathing. She started drawing pictures, jars of cream, glowing faces, me and her in a lab, and selling them to neighbors for $1. "Mom, we can make a new glow again," she'd say, eyes bright with hope. It broke my heart and mended it at the same time. She reminded me of my recipes. She reminded me of the promise I made to myself. Keep creating. I started fighting in secret. I contacted a lawyer who specialized in trademark and identity theft, a fierce woman named Rachel who took my case on contingency because she believed in the story. We gathered evidence. Old emails, time-stamped photos, original recipes with my handwriting dates, witness statements from the one assistant I'd trusted before they fired her. We found the hidden contracts, buried in fine print, forged signatures, transfers to their shell company, sale records, my name erased, their signatures everywhere. The legal battle began. We filed for trademark infringement, fraud, and right of publicity violation. Their lawyers fought back hard. She signed over rights. It's their brand now. I had timestamps. I had originals. I had witnesses. It took 18 months of depositions, motions, discovery, and sleepless nights. I lost weight, lost hair, lost hope some days. But the evidence mounted. The judge ruled in my favor: trademark fraud, damages, injunction on further use of my name and likeness. They had to pay royalties retroactively. They appealed. Lost. The money started coming, slowly, painfully. I didn't spend a cent on luxury. I invested every dollar wisely: seeds, soil, a small community garden plot. I started selling my own skincare at the local farmer's market, using my original recipes but with my twist: organic, sustainable, labeled True Glow. Year 3, the Instagram account True Glow exploded. People loved the stories, healing through real ingredients, reclaiming identity after theft. Revenue trickled in: $50,000, then $200,000, then $1 million. I rented a small lab space. Hired my first employee, a single mom who'd had her designs stolen too. We grew together. I never stopped watching Katia and Max. Their brand, Glow by N, exploded. 12 million followers, celebrity endorsements, retail in every major store. They were everywhere. But I knew the truth. The money was running out. Lawsuits were piling up. Debt collectors were circling. I gathered more evidence. Original recipes, timestamps, witness statements. I had it all. By year 4, True Glow was valued at $22 million. I had the capital. I had the proof. I had the plan. They announced their biggest event yet, a live product launch stream for their new Natalia's Glow Eternal Serum, broadcast nationwide, millions watching. They were going to reveal the face behind the brand. I bought the streaming platform rights, anonymously, through a shell company. The day of the launch, I went live on their own channel, hijacked the feed. The screen was set. Katia and Max on camera, smiling, about to start. Today we revealed a real Natalia. I appeared. Split screen. My face next to theirs. The chat froze. Katia's smile dropped. "Actually," I said calmly, "the real Natalia is here. And today, I'm here to set the record straight." I projected the evidence. Forged contracts, time-stamped originals, emails, court rulings, everything. The live chat exploded. I spoke calmly. 4 years ago, my partner stole my name, my face, my recipes, and built this brand without me. They forged documents. They erased me. But they couldn't erase the truth. I turned to the camera. I rebuilt. I launched True Glow. The real recipes, the real story. And today, I own the rights to this stream through legal acquisition. This launch is canceled. Permanently. The feed cut to my channel. The crowd, virtual and live, erupted. Cheers. Tears. Shares exploding. Katia and Max stood frozen on their set. Security, my security, moved in. The comeback wasn't a product launch. It was truth, undeniable, public, absolute. And it felt like the brightest glow I'd ever created. The 50th birthday gala was a spectacle of pure excess, golden chandeliers dripping from the ceiling, ice sculptures shaped like champagne flutes, a 12-piece orchestra playing softly, and a room full of 250 guests in designer gowns and tuxedos, all there to celebrate Victor's perfect life. The venue was the same luxury estate where our 15th anniversary had been held years ago, the place where he'd thrown away Grandma's album like garbage. Live cameras streamed the event for friends and family who couldn't make it. Sophia stayed backstage with my assistant, coloring pictures, excited for the shiny party but protected from the storm. I wore a simple cream gown from my own line, elegant, understated, powerful. Cameras loved it. Guests asked about my inspiring journey. I kept answers gracious, smiling. The dinner progressed. Toasts. Laughter. Victor took the stage in his designer suit, voice warm. Thank you all for celebrating 50 beautiful years. To family, to love, to the life I've built. Applause thundered. He gestured toward me. Even my ex-wife Elena is here tonight, after all these years. It's never too late to come home. The crowd awed. I felt the old wound reopen. My turn. I asked for the mic. The room quieted, curious, polite. I have a toast too, I said, voice steady. I stepped forward. Sophia handed me the folder from backstage. On our 15th anniversary, Victor called Grandma's leather album filthy junk and threw it away in front of everyone. He said it was trash. He laughed while the cameras rolled. That album contained $13 million in forgotten investments Grandma made over decades, stocks, bonds, dividends that grew silently. He knew. He lied. He tried to erase it. I opened the folder, projected the evidence on the massive screen behind him, old stock certificates, bank records, Grandma's handwritten notes, photos of the album, court rulings, financial recovery reports, everything. The room went dead silent. Then gasps. Phones up. Live chat exploding. $13 million? He threw it away. This is insane. I trusted him. He was my husband. But he used Grandma's legacy for his own image, while I lost my inheritance, my memories, my future. I left with Sophia. I rebuilt. And today, I'm here to reclaim what's mine. I turned to Victor. The album was mine. The money was mine. I've sued and won. The assets are restored. And you owe me damages for destruction of property and emotional distress. The room erupted. Shouts. Tears. Relatives turning to Victor. The stream chat went wild. This is insane. He threw away $13 million? Poor Elena. Victor's face collapsed. He tried to speak, voice cracking. Elena, you're exaggerating. It was just old papers. No, I cut in. It was Grandma's life savings. And now the truth is public. The court papers are filed. The money is coming back to me. And you'll pay for what you threw away. Security moved in, not for me, but for him. The family stared in shock. My in-laws, cousins, aunts, uncles. All of them realizing the lies they believed. The comeback wasn't an album. It was truth, undeniable, public, absolute. And it felt like finally coming home. The months after the gala exposure felt like the final course in a meal I'd been cooking for years. Rich, satisfying, perfectly seasoned with justice. The clip of my appearance on Victor's 50th birthday gala went supernova. Billions of views combined, dissected on every finance and family drama podcast, morning shows calling it the trash to treasure inheritance heist that backfired, viral TikToks of Victor's face freezing mid-toast. Hashtag Elena claims trended worldwide for weeks. My brand, Forever Memories, valuation soared past $80 million in months. Messages came in by the millions. Daughters who'd had heirlooms dismissed finally lawyering up. Women who'd rebuilt after family erasure saying, "You made me check the attic before it's too late." Young brides sharing how they now keep their own vaults safe. Some stories hit hardest. A woman sent photos of her reclaimed family jewelry box. "Because of you, I stopped letting my mother-in-law call it junk." Another shared her daughter's first wedding invitation designed with her grandmother's old lace. Generational beauty, but honest this time. I read them during quiet evenings, Sophia asleep, tears blurring the sketches as I realized how many memories I'd helped preserve. Victor's perfect world collapsed faster than a house of cards in a storm. Sponsors fled. His social media empire, once untouchable, became a cautionary tale in etiquette classes. The 50th birthday downfall. He tried a comeback video, tearful apologies, that got ratioed into oblivion. The family turned on him. No more perfect husband. He ended up in a small apartment, low profile, debt collectors circling. Sophia and I moved into a light-filled house I bought cash. Nothing extravagant, but ours. Every room had a piece of Grandma's memory, framed notes, old photos, a small leather album I made myself. Sophia started designing her own little cards, proud of a mom who turned trash into treasure. Victor showed up at my studio 6 months later, no appointment, looking hollow in a plain coat. "Elena, you took everything. My party. My reputation. Sophia thinks I'm a monster." Was this worth destroying the family? Sophia was in the back room, cutting paper hearts for her first collection. For a second, the old guilt tugged. The husband who once promised forever. Then I remembered the anniversary laughter, the album in the trash. Every night I rebuilt alone while he spent Grandma's legacy. "No, Victor," I said, voice steady as a perfect fold. "You destroyed everything the day you called Grandma's life savings filthy junk and threw it away. I didn't destroy your life. I reclaimed ours from your carelessness." He had nothing left. I had the assistant escort him out. Years have passed now. Forever Memories is a $150 million empire, custom photo albums, memory books, meaningful keepsakes in every language, mentorship programs for women reclaiming family heirlooms. Sophia's a young teen, launching her own junior line, proud of a mom who turned betrayal into beauty. We live fully, bright studio home, shelves of paper and lace in every color, designs that tell real stories. My grandmother passed peacefully, knowing the truth. Victor lives alone, low profile. He sees Sophia occasionally, neutral cafes, polite. People still ask in interviews or comments, "Do you regret the exposure? Was it revenge?" I always give the full invitation. It wasn't revenge. It was reclamation. Reclamation of my grandmother's legacy, my worth, my future from someone who thought family meant throwing away the past. The moment I stopped letting him dismiss my heritage, I gave every wife, every keeper of memories, every person robbed of heirlooms permission to open their own album, fully, boldly, beautifully. If you're watching this and your family treasures, your memories, your legacy have been called junk or thrown away, hear me. You can escape quietly. You can start small, 1 page, 1 lawyer, 1 boundary. You can rebuild until your story is undeniable, your name is on the design. And when you do, you'll realize the only trash was ever letting them throw away what you treasured. That's my recall. Not discarded. Just reclaimed, redesigned, and finally mine. Thank you for listening. If this hit home, share your favorite reclaimed memory below. Someone needs to know they can frame it back too. See you in the next one.